right. First question.
All right.
Anna Woods 20 says, "Hi, does my mom have something to say to me?"
Hello, Anna. Oh, it's interesting. So your mom has been around a little bit more lately, apparently, to help comfort you, whatever you're going through, honey. Just know that she's there with you. She shows me that she is at nighttime spending a lot of time doing some healing and comforting with you. So whatever's going on, just know that your mom is there supporting you, okay? Please talk to her as freely as you would, as if she was here, because she's really quite active in your space. Okay, lots of love from her. She's just emanating love. Yeah. Okay.
All right. This person says, "Rose here, worried about my daughter."
Oh, yeah, I can see the energy there, honey. Don't be too worried, because what you're doing is you're pulling in a lot of that energy onto yourself, and then you're going to end up carrying some of that stuff. What I hear for her is this year, honey, is a real turnaround year. So sometimes people have to kind of, I don't know how to put this in a light way, but they kind of have to fall down a little bit. And that's what I hear needs to happen here. Let her fall a little and just be there as her support. What you can do to help give her that extra energy is just send love and light to her. When you go to bed at night, just picture sending her pink energy, and it's like the color of rose quartz. Here, I'll show you. So it's sort of this color, okay? Send that to her with the intention of support without taking on the burden, okay? Because you don't want to be carrying any of that energy. Even though she's your daughter, you want her to have her experience, and this is something that is, this year for her, from what I'm hearing, is a very big change year. So she needs to have these experiences that she's experiencing. Yeah, complicated, I know. Yeah.
All right. 1 second.
That's
here.
okay.
We have 72 viewers.
Holy
So
cow,
I'm gonna
that
go
jumped
over the rules
fast.
again.
Sure. Just so how it works here, guys, if you are new to my lives, just ask your questions. Make sure that you give us a few minutes. Don't be spamming, because spamming is just so hard. There's so many people on the channel when we're doing our lives. And if your username is a little bit obscure or a little harder to read, can you please just put either your initials or your name in before you ask your question, okay? All right.
All right. Casey Cazales says, "My uncle died shortly ago. My dad didn't get to see him before he passed. Is there anything he would like to say?"
So just know that he's okay. That I hear. Very, very okay, honey. And I do feel that he visits everybody. But with your dad, there seems to be a little bit of guilt or something going on. Tell him not to feel upset about it, because you know what? Things are the way that they are right now, and there wouldn't have been anything he could do anyway. So from the other side, he's doing fine. There's, you know, he's processed already. He went through the process pretty quickly and quite easily. So you don't have to worry about your uncle, okay? So tell your dad that he's okay and he's doing well, and he's going to be watching and looking out for you guys, okay? And thank you for whoever just sent that gift. So he's now there to help and protect and guide you guys, okay? So call on him when you need it. Okay.
All right, next question.
Uh-huh.
Kristen Marie 1213 says, "Hello ladies, will my finances ever get better, and will I ever find a job I actually love?"
Yes. So the job thing, honey, I hear 3 years from now. Okay. So you do have a few more years. It's not that long, really. 3 years is not too bad. It goes by pretty quickly. You will get the job that you want then. Your finances will also improve then. It's interesting, because how you feel about your career really impacts how much enjoyment and how much abundance you get from it. So just start focusing this year on what it is that you actually want to maintain and what it is that you want. Oh, and I'm going to take this moment to let you guys know it's a new moon tonight. So it's a really great time to set your intentions on what you want. And it is a new moon for the entire year. So what you set today is going to set you up for the rest of this year. Okay. So really focus. But I do hear 3 years from now before you find the ideal job. Okay. But it's going to be great when it does happen.
All right. Okay. This is a good question. Daphne asks, "How do you differentiate the spirits when so many ask questions?"
So there's a few different things that happen for me. Now it's different for every psychic, I really feel, but for me, my guides kind of tell me who they are, and I have a sort of secret code with my guides. So when it's family, I know where they stand beside people, and there's just a certain feeling that happens, and you can tell just if I've got 30 years of practice, so I can just feel the difference. I can just see who it is. It's interesting, I know. It's hard to explain it in words because it's really about feeling it and it's about the energy, but the more you practice it, the easier it is to identify, for sure. Aw, thanks you guys. You're so generous.
All right. Next question?
Yeah.
Okay, this person says, "Hi, Victoria here. Can you please provide guidance on when I'll leave my teaching career? It's tough."
So it's interesting because I do hear that you're already in that movement of changing and shifting your career, and it's still going to be some form of teaching, but it's just not doing it the way that you're doing it now. So it is going to still be, you're going to use, you guys are so generous, thank you. You are still going to use your skills, but it is just expanding in a different way, okay? Be open and receptive. I hear within the next 8 months, there's going to be an opportunity that comes up for you, okay? So just, if something does come up, please do take the time to consider it, is what I hear. Aw, thanks guys. Thank you.
Can you just remind people not to spam?
Yeah, no spamming, okay, guys? So ask your question, just wait a few minutes, and if we haven't answered, then ask again, okay? Because there's a lot of people that are asking questions, and when we get spammed, then we don't get the opportunity to pick a question. Oh my goodness, thank you so much.
That is Nikki.
Nikki? Oh, thank you, Nikki.
All right, next question. This person says, "Hi, Natalie from Scotland. Would love to hear from my gran."
Oh my goodness. Oh, she's so cute. Oh, she's so lovely. I love it. Very, very, very vocal person, and, you know, just so family oriented. And, you know, she tells me she is with you guys all the time. You know, any family stuff that you do, just expect that she's there. Honestly, she's so funny. She literally wants you to put a chair there for her. Okay. So when you do have family events, please set a spot for her. She is actually pushing that. She wants me to tell you she's very active in your guys' experience, and she's so protective and loving of the family. Okay, so when you're having gatherings, honey, please set a table spot for her, and she's really a part of that. Okay, wow, so cute. What a sweet lady, and feisty. So funny. There you go.
One second here. We have 98 viewers now. So.
Welcome, everybody. So nice to see you guys.
All right, I have a question.
Okay.
Amanda Brooks 559 says, "Hey, lovelies, could I ask if my nephew is around his mom as she's having a hard time?"
Yeah, she really is. And, you know, it's interesting because he is, and he's kind of... He's a little bit of a troublemaker in the sense that he likes to hide things, and like he pokes and he pulls on her hair and stuff. He's been doing a lot to show her that he's around. So tell her to really start paying attention to that. I hear him. I hear like movement up and down the hall, especially at night when she's in bed. I can hear movement, okay? Tell her to have a photo of him nearby so that she can talk and be connected, okay? The energy is very strong, and he's very active, so she just needs to be more receptive. I think it's hard when you're grieving, though. When you're in pain, it's really hard to feel our loved ones. And even for me as a psychic and a medium, you know, when people I love pass away, it can be very difficult for us because we're in that process of grief, right? I think for her, if you have a pen and a paper, can you write this down? She needs a piece of morganite, which is just a crystal, and some lepidolite. And lepidolite looks like this. It's really beautiful. This will help elevate her mood and also make it easier for her to connect with her son, okay? But he's very active in the space, for sure. Yeah.
I'm just typing the crystals into the chat.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. 1 second. Okay. This person says, hey, it's Marie. I'm going to a job interview. Is it right for me? And is Robert the one?
So I do feel that it is. You just have to make sure that you have that energy of confidence, okay, honey? This space where you're going to be, if you do decide to take this job, interview them just as much as they're interviewing you, right? But if you do decide, it feels very family-like, okay? So it's very good. When it comes to you and Robert, it does feel like a good match, but it's going to be a little bit of work, I hear. Okay? Yeah.
All right. This person says, Gerda says, hi, can you please tell me about my spirit guides?
Yeah.
I want to know about them and how to talk to them.
Yeah, it's so funny. So you've got a male and a female. The female one, she has this really, it's giving me shivers. So the way that she's done her hair, it looks like her hair is a crown. So it's like braids and then it's like weaved and it's so beautiful, very ornate. She has flowers and like little gems and things like that in her hair. And then she's wearing this very long flowy dress. And she almost feels like she might be oriental or something like that. But oh my gosh, her energy is incredibly magical feeling. Like it's very intense. So that, honey, that's your passion. That's your creativity. That's, you know, all of those things that really ignite you. You get that from her. The male one that I see, very kind of plain, but feels like maybe from the 19th century. Very well dressed and very analytical in his way of being. So this is the more serious side of you, which you tap into too much. So start tapping into the other one is what I hear. But she feels amazing. Like the energy coming off of her is so powerful. So I'd really do some meditating and actually connecting with her, honey, because that is where a lot of your power is. Yeah, it's so pretty. Like the way that she has her hair. It's insane. It's so stunning. Yeah, I've never seen that before.
All right, next question.
Yeah.
Dale Christensen asks, I'm looking for guidance towards my job opportunities, and will I be moving forward as a manager?
So the company that you are going to end up with, I feel like is going to happen within the next 3 years. So you aren't going to be staying wherever you are now. It feels like you are going to be transitioning to another company, but it is better, honey, because it gives you more opportunity to advance within that company. This one that I feel you're currently working with, it feels like there's a cap or there's like a limit to how far up you can go. And basically it's just politics is what it feels like. So be open and receptive to for now, this is good. This is your fit, but that it is going to shift and that you are going to shift into a career path that is going to open up doors that you didn't even think you wanted. Okay. So be ready for that. And that's coming within the next 2 to 3 years for you. Yeah. Fun.
All right.
Okay.
This person is Positively Adrianod. Says, my grandmother has been gone for a while. I feel I need confirmation to know there's an afterlife.
Oh, yes, honey. Okay. There is definitely an afterlife. Now, when it comes to your grandma, she's actually not the predominant spirit that visits you, but she does visit you. What I do see is I see coins. I hear that they mess with the electricity in the home. And I'm seeing, it's almost like the air is electrified. So it's almost like static. So have you noticed that there's more static in your space? Like everything is like, it's just very thick in the air. I do feel her come and visit, but there's somebody else that is predominantly there, and it's a younger male energy. So when I say younger, probably I would say around 20, maybe 30 years old, and very tall, very skinny, brown hair. But that's the person that is there mostly with you. Your grandmother, she comes very periodically, but it feels like she visits everybody, and she's almost like just the observer. She doesn't seem to interact as much. It's more like I'm just checking in. I'm watching. This male energy is the more powerful energy. So I don't know if you've lost a friend or if you've lost somebody who was important to you, but that's who I feel. And the name Adam comes up. I don't know. Yeah.
can you remind people not to spam and maybe go over the rules?
Sure. So I know that there's been a few new people. So my name is Rebecca Dragonheart. Hello. Nice to meet you guys. How it works on my lives, guys, is please ask your question and then just wait a few minutes because there are a lot of people asking questions. And then if we haven't got to your question, you can ask again in a couple of minutes, okay? Just don't spam us because there's a lot of people asking. And then it just goes so fast that we can't answer anything. Okay? All right.
This person, Alexandra, asks, how can I improve my feelings and help with harmony in my current relationship?
Okay. So you're going to need to, number one, start doing more meditating and personal enhancement things, okay, honey? Taking care of yourself. That's what I hear mostly, predominantly for you, is that you're always the first one to be the rescuer, the hero of the situation. And that's not always a good thing, even though it feels like the right thing to do. We have to start taking care of ourselves. What I feel with you is, oh my goodness, you are already so generous. You are already so open. And what I would say more than anything is just be authentic, just be yourself, and really work on figuring out who and what you are so that you can be better in a relationship. It's more grounding for you and just working on the heart chakra is what I hear. Okay, so meditations for that. There's lots of stuff on YouTube for that, just to help open up the heart chakra in a way that is not sacrificing, but just being open. Okay. And hopefully you understand what I mean by that. Just you don't have to sacrifice your own well-being to have a relationship work. It's more about, you know, you being in a happy place and in a good place, and then that translates energetically to all relationships that you have. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Dora Garcia says, God bless. Just wanted to know, my sister had to tell me anything. She passed away 9 years ago. 9 years ago.
Wow. Yeah. Oh, she's been by your side quite often. She's been there through your hard times, honey, is what she wants me to tell you. You have not been suffering alone. Oh, yeah. She just gave me goosebumps to confirm that. Okay. Very, very supportive and loving of you, and is going to always be there. You know, when it comes to the hard things, don't ever think that you're suffering alone, because it feels like she is always there to support you. There's so much love that she has just specifically for you. You guys feel very close, although you feel closer now than you did while she was alive for some reason. So it happens sometimes. Once the physical self is gone, the energies just tend to be more open. Just know that she's going to continue to be your rock, is what she says. So she's going to continue to be the one that's there to help support you in your hard times. Okay, honey? Yeah. My cat just broke in the room. Hello, little Binks.
All right.
He loves when I do lives. Yeah. Oh, thank you, honey.
And that is Ann Mawson.
Oh, thank you.
All right, this person says, hi, ladies, it's Antonella. I feel I have no control of my situation. Should we move away?
No, unfortunately, that would be running away is what I hear. It's not time yet. You will, within 7 months, relocate, but you have to face this head on, is what I hear. So, honey, get grounded and get really clear on your boundaries, is what I hear, okay? And set them in motion and do it sooner rather than later is what I hear for you. Okay. Don't let the energies control your situation. Okay. You need to be in control of yourself. So really get grounded. And if you want, there's a crystal. So I'm a big firm believer of crystals. There's a crystal called tourmaline, which will help a lot. Okay. Tourmaline is a really good deflecting stone. So it deflects negative energy and heavy energy. Pushy energy. So it'll help you a lot, okay? Are you just typing it in there? Mm-hmm. Oh, thank you, honey. Yeah. 7 months from now, you can move. How about that? That's what I hear. Don't move yet.
All right. Haley Clayton, I believe, or
okay.
Claxton.
Okay.
Says, hello, I lost my best friend almost 2 years ago, Abby. Does she want to tell me anything?
Oh, honey, that is so sad, hey. So she's very energetic and fun, loose, like fun-loving. Life is a big old party is how she feels. She's constantly she constantly tries to get your attention as well. I wouldn't be surprised if you dream with her. She tells me that she does come to you in your dreams quite often. If you are remembering those dreams, please record them, okay? Because that's really important information. You get to have just such an incredible experience. And when you read back later, it's going to be quite helpful, okay? Also, she said there's a specific song that she sends to you. So, you know, you'll know when you hear it that it's coming from her, but she definitely is very interactive with you. And she said she sends people to you as well, especially because you've been kind of cut off and not had the friendship aspect of things that you've had with her. So be aware of new people coming into your life. She says, especially for this next year, she's going to send you the people that you need. Yeah, lots of fun is how she feels. Like she's just such a partier in her energy. It's so much fun. I love it.
There are a few people asking how to get readings. If you want to.
Yeah, so I do book private readings. You can go to my website. It's RebeccaDragonheart.com. They're 45 minutes readings, and there are some testimonials on there for you to check out so that you can see what others are saying about their experiences. And yeah, that's it.
Patreon?
Oh yeah, my Patreon account. It's new. So I do have a Patreon account as well, which you can find in my website. And with the Patreon account, there are 4 tiers. So the second tier is the one that is right now has about 16 hours worth of content. The other ones I'm still working on, so don't book those yet. But they will be ready. I'm working for it this month, okay?
Yeah. Oralee asks, that's a very pretty name.
That is a pretty name.
Says, I just really want to know if there will be any children in my future. I'm getting older.
Yes, honey, don't worry about your age. I do feel that there are children that are going to come in. It's between 2 and 3. So what it feels like is like 2 that are yours and 1 that you may be raising for whatever reason is what it feels like. But there will be 3 children in your life. So that is significant. There you go.
Second here. Okay. Can you remind people not to spam?
Yeah, it's just because it's new people.
Yeah.
So if you guys can just ask your question and then give us a few minutes to answer. If we don't answer right away, then ask again. Please don't spam because it gets very difficult with how many people are on for us to get through all the questions. Okay, so just ask the question and then give us a second. If we haven't answered, then you can ask again. Okay. Thank you, guys.
Oh, okay, this is a sweet question.
Okay.
Gina Kinsella asks, does my granddad like the tattoo I got for him?
Oh, honey, yeah, absolutely. Before you even finished, I was like, I could hear, yes, of course. Such a beautiful memorabilia to do, okay? And super happy that you did it, even though, you know, it's not your traditional way of remembering. I mean, for some people it is. Maybe not so much for everybody. It is absolutely the right thing and the best thing you could have done to remember him. Okay. I do hear that he's super proud of you and is going to be there for you as much as you want him to. Okay. So he isn't going to overstep his boundaries, but feels like he wants to. Okay. So whatever's going on in your life, he really does want to be a big part of it. You can give him permission or you can leave it as it is where he's just there as a support when you do need him. Okay. Yeah. He's a nice fellow.
Alright, next question here. Yeah. This person says, Nikki says, will my spirit guides ever come forward and communicate with me during meditation?
Yeah, what I'm hearing is you're trying too hard. So just relax, honey, and let it happen. Don't worry so much about seeing them and experiencing them in that way. Just be open and receptive to them. So really what I hear from them and what they want to encourage you to do is you don't have to see them in your meditation. It's just feel them. Feel them and experience them. They send you signs and they send you synchronicities all the time. So they show you the numbers. They're showing you the things that you need to do. So they are communicating with you, but you're so caught up on like, what do they look like and all of that. It doesn't matter to them. It doesn't, and it shouldn't matter for you either, because as long as they're guiding you, that's all that really is important. What I do feel is the more that you tell them how to direct their answers, the easier it will be for you to feel them, okay? So what I mean by that is tell them, okay, show me. So I have a friend that uses like animals. So show me, let's say, a bear. Show me a bear for yes. Show me a alligator for no. That kind of thing. Okay. So you really just want to tell them how to direct their information to you, but they're communicating with you already. So it just doesn't matter if you see them in meditation, honey. It's more about this real time connection with them, and they have it already with you. Thank you so much for the gift, guys.
All right.
That was long-winded. I'm sorry. It's just that was their message to you.
All right. This person, Sky_Diamond2020.
Nice.
Asks, I'm trying to get a hold of my life and figure out what I want to do with it. Any advice?
Yeah. So number one, honey, you're a very creative individual and you're very like intellectual. Use your intellect. Okay. I do hear you should be writing. So if you're not already doing so, please start writing down things and start really keeping track of your experiences is what I hear. You will eventually actually do a book is what I hear. Oh, thank you, honey. So yeah, start writing everything, please. Thanks, guys. Oh, so generous. Is that Nikki again?
Yes, it is. Mm-hmm. And Ann Mawson.
Oh, thank you, you guys. You're so sweet.
Oh, thanks. Wendy asks, does my mom Maxine have any messages for me? I miss her so much.
Yeah, honey. So the main thing that Maxine says is you've got to start enjoying your life and stop trying to, how do I put it? Stop trying to rush life is what she's saying. She wants you to stop, slow down, enjoy the experiences. Life is too short, honey. And, you know, your mom is very supportive of the things that are happening in your life. And it does feel like there's a bit of, there has been, it doesn't feel still stuck, but there has been some stuck energy. So you're moving out of that. And it's now about the enjoyment of your experience, please. That's what your mom is saying. Like, enjoy your life, honey. Okay. Don't let it just go past you. Okay. She has lots of love for you, honey. And she tells me that she does visit you and she plays with your hair a lot. So really pay attention.
Right.
Next.
Mindy asks, worried, should I transfer in my job right now or wait for a signal?
No, not yet. There's actually an opportunity that's going to come up for you for a promotion. So no, please don't transfer. Stay where you are. Somebody is either retiring or going somewhere else. So there is going to be a space that's opening up for you that is more in alignment to who you are and who you want to be. Okay. And I feel like that's within the next 3 to 4 months. So hang on. Not yet.
All right. Casey asks, when do you see me having any more children?
So you actually have an energy around you already that is waiting and ready to come into the world. So honey, if you are open and receptive to doing so, almost imminently, it feels like, within the next 2 years for sure. Yeah. The energy is already there. So waiting to come in. I like when I see the spirits floating around because it's like a signal. Oh, this person's going to have a child soon. So be excited. Yay. Thank you for the gift, guys.
All right. Next question.
Yeah.
Patricia asks, please, I'm hoping you can tell me anything about my mom who passed away.
So it's interesting with your mom. Your mom actually is very present with you, honey. I feel her. She sits on the bed. She sits with you at the table. She sits with you in the living room. She's constantly with you. It's almost like a shadow. Like she's been following you around. It feels like there's other people in the family, but you are predominantly in need of her, is what I hear. So there's a lot of stuff going on, turmoil and things like that. Just know that she's there supporting you, honey. And if you really just quiet yourself, I'm going to actually share a technique with you, which I think will be very beneficial for you. Take a picture of your mom, look at it until you feel connected with it, put it down, close your eyes, and pull your mom up in front of you. You will be able to have a conversation. This is actually how I started communicating with people who had passed on. So it's a great starting point. Eventually, you won't need to do it with the photo. You'll just be able to do it. But you need to connect with her because you're in a lot of need for support and she's been there, but you're not necessarily feeling her. Okay, so do that technique. You'll feel her a lot more. You'll be able to have a conversation with her. It's really quite incredible. Well, thank you so much, honey. Okay, good luck with that.
Oh, Tina Marie is sending gifts.
Wow, Tina, thank you. That is so generous.
All right. Ton asks, how long does soul review usually take? My mom just passed a month ago.
So it really depends on the individual. There are some people where it's days. There's other people where it takes longer, and it really depends on how happy they were in their life and if they have a lot of things that they regret. The more regrets you have, the longer your review is, because you have to process that energy. You have to process those feelings. So with your mom, I don't feel like she's still reviewing. It does feel like she's processed and she feels like she's a free agent moving around. This is crazy how much you're giving me. She's moving around the spaces. So I do feel her around you, and I do feel her around the family, honey. So she's already processed. She's already done. But how that review works is literally how heavy your heart is. So the more you have to deal with, the longer the review takes. So that's why it's always good to clear it before you pass. Work through our stuff before we go.
This person didn't leave a name, but I'm going to read their question.
Okay.
So someone asked, can dogs be angels for us?
Not angels per se, but what they can be is they absolutely can be a spirit that is ever present. Okay. Angels are angels. It's a very separate thing. A guide is separate. Our family members can adopt the energy of being a guide or a support team, but they're not your guides. Okay. Animals can, again, adopt the energy of being a guide, but they're not your guides. They will be with you. I had a cat that passed away when I was younger that stayed with me for a very long time until I was able to let him go. So that's the difference with spirit that has passed over. So people and animals that have crossed over, the difference is that they stay for as long as we need them, and then they transition on, So they don't become an angel or a guide in that sense of the word, the way that we understand it, but they definitely are going to be there as long as you need them. Okay. Hopefully that answers and clarifies that for you. Thank you again. Oh, so generous. Really, really generous. Thank you, honey.
All right. This person, Danny, asks, why do I keep seeing live psychics? Is there a big message for me?
So, honey, that is a message for you. What it is, makes my ear itch. It's time for you to start using your gifts and tapping into your own abilities, honey. And that's why you're seeing that, okay? It is really important that you get to know yourself this year. This year, for a lot of people, is about learning who they are psychically and who they are spiritually in this world. So that is really what 2021 is about. And I got that as a download from my guides, that's what 2021 is about, is people becoming their authentic self. 2020 was a reset year for all of us, as we all know. And 2021 is about being our authentic self. So it's about learning your psychic gifts yourself, honey, because you're very empathic. You have a very open third eye, and you're very, you feel energy. It hits, you feel it. So you want to work with your gift through your feelings. Okay. So it's really about getting control over how you feel about things and understanding that process. So learn about being an empath, hun. Thank you, you guys. You're so generous, honestly. Oh, I love it. You guys are so sweet. Thank you.
All right. This person says, hi, Araceli here. That's a very nice name.
That is a beautiful name.
Any messages for me from my grandmother or nephew who both passed?
So it's interesting. Your grandmother is definitely the predominant energy. I do feel your nephew is much more playful. So it's like, I can't sit still. I'm all over the place. Definitely visits you, but is not your predominant energy. The grandmother energy, oh my goodness. So it's so interesting because she's very critical of things in your life, and it's almost like if something isn't the perfect experience, she's almost like, I don't like it, so she's very critical of certain things in your life, which is fine. She can be that way. That's just her personality. What I do feel though is she is going to be a part of your experience. If you want her to be more of an experience with you, you just have to talk to her. The more energy we give to our loved ones, the easier it is for them to communicate. She does say she leaves you feathers though. Okay. It's interesting. Aw, thanks guys. Everybody's so generous today. Wow.
Aw. Right. Jennifer asks, what or who is in my apartment?
Okay, so there is somebody below you that has a very heavy energy, and it feels like that is who comes. So it's almost like there's a heavier energy that is traveling around. It's almost like astral projection in a way, but they're not doing it consciously. Just sage your space. And I'm going to do a video on that, so it will be on my Patreon on how to do saging properly. But yeah, sage your space more regularly. It feels like it's coming from underneath you, so it's like whoever's living downstairs. Yeah. And it's somebody who's just heavy energy, and it doesn't actually feel that great, to be honest. I would sage your space for sure. Thank you, honey.
All right. Kelly says, I've lost so many in the last couple of years. Are all or some still around?
Yeah. Honey, you're also supposed to be learning about being a medium. That's why you've lost so many people in your life. It feels like there's an entourage. So it's almost like this revolving door. It's like you just have this open space in your house. It's not a bad thing. I don't feel anything negative that comes through, but there is a lot of travel. There is one predominant energy that I hear is a female. It feels like it might be a close friend or a sister. She feels very sisterly. She has long, kind of dirty blonde hair, very artistic, very calming, loving energy. She seems to be around you the most, okay? But you have a lot of people. And the thing is, when you think or talk about them, you pull them. That's the energy of you. So just be aware that you do have the ability, if you want to tap into the mediumship energy and maybe learn a little bit about that, okay? Thank you, guys. You're so generous. Thank you. All right, next.
1 second here.
Oh, thanks, guys.
If you want to just go over
my
rules and everything.
Sure, or I'll let you guys know
Your
since
readings,
my readings and stuff. Yep. So I do book private sessions. I've been doing my work now since 1993. You can book through my website, RebeccaDragonheart.com. I also do have my Patreon there. With the Patreon, it's the second tier that is fully up and running. The other tiers I'm still working on, but I will have those up and running soon. There's about 16 hours worth of content on the second tier, so definitely some valuable stuff. Bookings are 45 minutes long with me, and there are some testimonials you can look at. So the way that it works here, because I know that there are some new people, just ask your question, give us a few minutes. If we haven't responded, please ask your question again. And if you can just put either your initials or your name in, so we don't have to read your username if it's a complicated username. And that's all the rules. There you go.
All right.
Good.
Next question?
Yeah.
Allison asks, what is my gut telling me? Why am I so anxious? Please help.
Oh, honey. So number one, you are energy sensitive. So again, an empath. A lot of you guys are. It's incredible. You need to, you have to learn and work with crystals, sweetie, because this is going to help you a lot. The anxiousness that you're feeling is your sensitivity to the world and the environment, okay? Being an empath right now, especially during COVID, we're all very energetically sensitive to each other, even if we're not in each other's space. So just imagine like you have your house and then the house next door, let's say that they're going through a lot. As an empath, even though you're not right in their direct space, you're feeling that energy. So what you've got to do is learn how to clear the energy that you're feeling. That anxiousness, honey, is your psychic gift tapping in. You're feeling it. So you just need to clear. The best way for clearing for me, how I've been doing it, is after I do, work with energy like this, I'll have a bath or a shower and I wash away the energy of others. And then I use crystals. In your case, I'm hearing emerald. So raw emerald, nothing, it doesn't have to be like the fancy jewelry cut. It can be just a raw emerald. Amethyst, because amethyst is a very good psychic protection stone and you're very psychically sensitive. So you really do need to use that. And then you need something for grounding. So it can be any black stone, but what I hear for you mostly is obsidian. There you go.
All right, next question.
Did you hear obsidian too? Is that why you're smiling?
What? I'm smiling because of the cat.
Oh, the cat, yeah. He broke in again.
All right, Lori asks, is my dad around me? I feel so lost without him. Does he have a message?
Yeah, you aren't alone. It doesn't feel like just your dad. It feels like there's other people as well. When it comes to how you're feeling, honey, you need to process. So it does feel like there's a part of you that's afraid to allow yourself to feel. Please do sit and meditate and reach out to your dad, okay? He is there. He shows me there's an area in the house, it's like a cornered area. You can feel his presence, and he'll stand there and he just waits patiently. He's a very patient individual, which is funny because I don't know that he was that patient in life, but he feels very patient now. And he watches, and he's very supportive. He says that, he's going to always be there to help and guide you, but that he is, he wants you to be more picky with your friends and the people that you allow into your space, apparently. So that's a message that I hear from him the most, is be more discerning about who is in your space. Really important. But he's there. So just talk to him, honey. And it is a corner that I see him. It's like I'm being drawn to a corner in the house, in the room, that he stands. Yeah.
Okay. Next question?
Yep.
Chrissy asks, who is putting 1s and 11s in my path constantly?
Those are your guides, honey. So if it's 1111, 111, those are specifically coming from your guides. So that information is, you've got to think, what was I thinking? What was I saying? What was I feeling when I see these numbers? Because those are specific like validations from our guides. When we see the 111s, the 333s, the 444s, specific validations from them, okay? 111 is a great one. And 1111, honey, awesome. Okay, so just start paying attention to what you're thinking and feeling, all right? And when it comes to your alignment, honey, don't stress and worry, because you're very aligned and you are listening, so you are being guided, okay? Some really good things coming up for you in the next couple of months.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, next question.
Next question.
Tia or Thea asks, is there someone attached to my 2-year-old daughter, Alma?
Not attached. Your 2-year-old is very psychic, honey. She's very aware. And what I see is happening with her is a lot of activity. So you got to think about it this way. If you are a spirit, you're somebody who passed away and you don't get to interact with the world anymore. And all of a sudden you find somebody that can see you, right? Which is your daughter. You spend time around them. What I'm seeing is it's not always the same energy. So it feels like when you're out and about and she gets exposed, spirit can see it, and so they'll follow and they will communicate. And it feels almost like there's communication that happens, and then they go away for a bit, and then different people come. She does also have what I would call an imaginary friend. Not imaginary though. So there is another little child with her, okay, that she is also communicating with. So it's not an attachment per se, it's just that she is very open right now. You can learn about it if you would like to, and really encourage her with that experience, because I have done that with my kids, and it helps them to understand what's happening to them and what they're experiencing. So it's better to teach her about it than to just leave it alone, okay? Thank you so much. My goodness. Right. You are so generous. Thank you so much, Tina. Is it Tina Marie, like one word? Or just Tina?
Tina.
Tina. I like
all right. Next question?
Absolutely.
Stephen Russell asks, why am I so empathetic to other people's issues?
It's called being an empath, honey. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to work through it, though, because what I do see is happening with you is that it does affect you physically. So being so sensitive, you do not have to take on the physical ailments of it, okay? And you are a healer, honey, so you're going to want to learn how to channel energy without taking it on, all right? There's a very big difference about being a healer that's channeling source energy and being a healer that's pulling the toxins out of people. You don't want to be doing it that way unless you're taking it out and getting rid of it, okay? So just if you're not already doing healing, you should be learning some type of healing modality. So like massage, Reiki, reflexology, any of the physical stuff that's going to help with healing, all right? Learn about being an empath and how to clear energy. You hang on to it, and you hang on to the sickness, and that's not a good thing, honey. You want to clear that out, okay? Thank you. Okay, next
question.
You bet.
This person says, hello, Lizette here. My dog died yesterday. Are there any messages from
sweetheart.
her? Please, I feel so guilty.
Oh, don't feel guilty, honey. You did the right thing, okay? And it's so funny because as soon as she left her body, her soul was with you. And like literally with you. And I'm getting goosebumps from that. She's with you, right? Yeah, she's with you. You don't have to feel guilty. Animals know better than we do. They're not as attached to their physical selves the way that we are, okay? And her presence is with you. So just feel for her. What you can do is you can sit on your bed and you can get into a meditative state and pull her, and she will come and be with you if you want her to. Okay. You'll feel her more. I can hear her in the space, and I'm sorry that you lost her already, but it's going to be okay. All right. Thank you for the gifts, guys. Alrighty.
All right. This person says, "Hello, it's Georgia. Are there any messages from my grandpa George?"
Oh my goodness. Fun loving. Oh my gosh. What a great individual, and it's almost like not somebody you wanted to lose. Like, just such an uplifting individual. What I hear mostly more than anything is, honey, if you want to have that communication, you can. So again, it's like, talk to them. I always say it's really important to put photos of our past loved ones. We don't practice that a lot on this side of the world, but we really should practice respecting our ancestors. And what I get from him is just such a fun-loving individual, and really wants you to be happy more than anything. So if you have any discord in your life, honey, he will be there to help balance that if you ask for the help, okay? But we have to give permission to our loved ones to give us that help, free will and all of that. Unless you say, hey, grandpa, help me, they can only influence by talking around you, kind of thing. So give him more power, and he really just wants to see you be happy, honey, more than anything. Your happiness is very important to him. All right.
Next question.
You betcha.
Also, we have about 15-ish minutes
left.
left.
Wow. Time flies on here. Oh my goodness, you guys. Oh, thank you.
This person says, "Hi, Susie here from San Diego. I see ghosts occasionally. Am I supposed to do something with that?"
So just keep training yourself, honey. There is no harm in seeing them. You do not have an obligation to cross anybody over or anything like that. No, not at all. What I do here is, honey, you've been opening yourself up for several years, and this is just more of a validation for you that you are actually indeed psychic and aware, okay? So you don't have to do anything with it. Just be present in that experience, okay? And feel free to communicate with them, because it is fun to talk to ghosts. I'm not gonna lie, I've been doing it for a long time and I do enjoy it. So communicate with them. You don't have an obligation to cross anybody over or anything like that. Just be aware that this is your psychic ability that you can see. We call that a clairvoyant, somebody who can see things, right? All right.
Great, next question.
Thank you so much. Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Tina Marie has a question.
Tina Marie has a question. What's the question, honey?
Any messages from my mom or dad or my angels during this time?
So, yeah, okay. So we're not going to worry too much about what's happening in the world, is what I hear mostly. When it comes to your mom and dad, so it feels more like mom comes around than dad. Not that dad doesn't come around, he does. It's just that he feels very busy. I don't know why. He feels very busy, and your mom is more present. Your guides, your guardian angels and your guides, what I hear from them is more about, honey, just trust your alignment and trust that you're going to be safe in this whole experience, okay? So don't worry about COVID. Don't worry about life. Don't worry about that. You're being guided, and you are, this year for you, I do feel you going back to school and educating in some different things. And I see certificates. So it's multiple classes that you're taking, but it's not like full on school, okay? So it's like little mini courses. Life is moving in the right direction, and that's what your guides and your family really want you to know, is you're going to be okay in this, all right? It's just a whole new experience for you in particular. So just be ready and be open and receptive. You've got a lot of great energy around you, a lot of great spirit around you, and you're very well protected. So you do not have to worry about anything, okay?
Yeah. Right. This person says, "Hi, Brooklyn here. My Uncle Adam passed in September. Are there any messages for him?" From him.
From him. So, number one, so he visits everybody. He's very active in the family, and very social, very positive individual, is going to constantly bring you the positive energy. So anytime that you're feeling low, honey, just think about him, pull him. The thing is, when people pass away, and when we talk about them or we think about them, we can pull them, especially our family members, right? Friends as well, people we're close to. What I hear is he keeps that positive vibe for you. So when you're feeling low, you really want to be thinking about him, because he'll help bring you up is what I hear. There is a lot of support from him as well, honey. So whatever it is that you are going through right now, trust that he's there to help you, okay? And he has clear vision about certain things for you that you may not have as much clarity on. He is really ready, able, and willing to help you. So tap in and ask him. And thank you, whoever sent that. And thank you for the flowers.
Right. Haley says, "Hi, Rebecca. Are there certain crystals I need to get right now?"
Yeah, Haley. So Haley, you are a very psychic, intuitive person yourself, very sensitive, and I'm hearing higher energy ones. So you're gonna want, like quartz, okay, and some kind of a point like this. I'm also hearing for you some angel aura quartz. So it's not just quartz. Angel aura. Do I have a piece here I can show?
While you were talking, you just had a giant orb by your head.
Oh yeah, I don't know why that happens. I get all these weird orbs. So this is angel aura quartz, and what this does, it helps you communicate with higher energies, which is probably why you saw the orb, because I was thinking about talking to angels and angelic energies. So this one is infused with titanium, so it has a metal that they heat onto it, and for whatever reason, it increases. You also need some amethyst, honey, because you are very energetically sensitive, and amethyst works as a psychic protection stone for you. It's also going to help elevate. Amethyst and angel aura quartz together are incredibly powerful for communication, and that's kind of the next step for you, is learning to communicate with higher beings and higher energies. So be ready for that, because that's really what you need. It's really higher crystals, so anything that's going to help elevate your energy. But the angel aura quartz I heard really loud and clear for you, okay?
We have about 7 minutes left.
Okay. Wow, 8 minutes went by fast.
All right. Okay. There's no name for this.
Okay.
But this person says, "I lost connection with a very special person to me. Will we ever meet again?"
Yes. Yeah, absolutely, honey. What you can do is you can connect energetically with them. So I want you to think about it this way. This is so incredible. They're showing me the image of it. So you get into a meditative state, living or dead, guys. It doesn't matter if somebody's passed away or if they're still alive. You can connect this way. Get into a meditative state, see them, and see the cord that's going from you to them, because you're connected energetically, and just kind of ting the cord for that connection so that they will reach out again. I do feel, and again, you can do this with living or dead, so you can pull the dead that way as well, or spirit, It's going to take a little bit of healing, I hear. So it will happen though. Okay. Time is, a good healer.
All right.
All right.
Okay, this person says, "Hello, Jennifer here. Will my family have to move? Thank you."
So I do hear a move is going to happen, and it is going to happen this year. So I hope you were hoping for that, but it does feel like it's the right movement for you, and that things are going to be more improved in this situation. Okay, guys? Yeah, it's kind of complicated, the energy. It feels, when you say will have to move, it's more of you're going to do it because it's a good choice, more so than it's like you have to do it. It feels like it's the right choice. All right. And it's a better space where you're going to, is what I hear. Yeah.
All right. Hey, it's Jen 23 says, "Hi, Rebecca. What do you see happening between me and Brett?"
So you are definitely much more ready than I feel for Brett, but I do feel Brett will get there. Okay. So just be patient, honey. Just be yourself. You are a lovely person, and you don't have to force anything. So just allow the situation. What I hear more than anything is that, you're kind of holding the energy a little too tight. So just relax it and allow that. That's the main thing. You guys are going to find, that level is what I hear. He's just not quite as there as you are, but you are the type of person, honey, like you are very in tune with your feelings. You're really in tune with your emotions. So you know what you want. And it almost feels like he just doesn't understand how to tap into himself that way. So just be patient. That's the message I hear for you. Okay.
Caitlin asks, "Curious if I have any messages from past loved ones. Recently lost a few close people in my life."
So it's interesting because the energy that comes through is somebody who's been gone for a while. It feels like, she feels very grandmotherly. And it's very about, helping and supporting you in making the right decisions. So I feel that there has been some things that you have done decision-wise that haven't worked out so well for you, and this individual has kind of taken it on themselves. It feels like a grandmother energy, but it feels like she's taken it on herself to really support you in making your decisions a little bit better. So whatever's been going on, don't worry so much about the past. It's more now focusing on what you want to create for yourself. Okay, honey? So really ask for that support from your family members. It's not just grandma. Like, I feel like there's other people for sure, but she is predominantly the one that seems to be responsible for you, is what it feels like. Yeah. And she has so much respect and love for you, honey. She's very proud of you, even though you've been having some difficulty. Oh, thank you, hon. You guys are so generous.
Next question?
Yeah, absolutely.
This person says, how do I tune into my abilities? Lisa.
So there are lots of different techniques. I'm going to tell you what I did. So I was born with my gifts. Obviously, this is something I've been doing a long time. But as a kid, I used to practice trying to move things with my mind, or I would take a deck of playing cards. And at first, what you would do is you're holding your deck of cards. Now, this is tarot, so not a playing deck, but let's just imagine it is, okay? So you'd be like, okay, is this card going to be red or black, right? And then you flip it, is it red or black? If you get it right, put it in the right pile. If you get it wrong, put it in the wrong pile. As you improve that way intuitively, then you can start doing it by suits. And then if you have other people in your life, a really awesome technique too is take a crystal, get them to hide the crystal and find it energetically. You know, it's just that basically you play, and that exercises that psychic muscle. Also, trusting yourself, opening up your heart chakra. Very, very key to tapping into and using your abilities, all right? And you have to have control over your feelings, because if you are somebody who's angry or really emotional, it can be very difficult to trust what's coming through. So it's about getting that balance as well. I just saw another orb. So those are a few techniques that work really well and things that I've done, you know, and talk to your guides, hun. It's really about building that relationship with your guides. Honestly, they help us in such incredible ways that we don't always give them the credit that they're due. But I'll tell you, my guides have, you know, they have done incredible things, especially in the last couple of years, just to keep me safe and like literally saved my life. So really build that relationship with your guides, okay? And trust yourself, because you know, it's just a matter of practice. You have to keep using that muscle, otherwise it atrophies, right? Yeah. So those are some of the techniques you can use.
All right. This will probably be our last question, just because it's 3:59.
Okay.
All right. This person says,
That's
"Hey,
7 minutes
ladies.
went by fast.
Yeah. Can I ask? Do my twins see my granny? I think she blessed me with them. Stephanie."
Oh, so it's so interesting, honey, because yes, okay. I do feel that there was that intervention that way, and she's there. You know, I can hear singing. I can hear, it's almost like she's reading, that kind of thing. So, you know, ever present is what I hear. Very, very, very loud in this space, okay? Absolutely sees them and interacts with them. Be prepared, because as they get older, I do feel like they're very open and psychic themselves. So they're going to be communicating with spirit. So don't be afraid. Be encouraging. Learn a bit about it. Communicate more with her too. I feel like that communication isn't happening the way that it could be happening, or not enough is what I hear. Okay, so really open up. I don't know that she necessarily sent them to you, but she was definitely there when they came into the world is what I hear. Okay. Yeah. So I guess that is the hour.
Yeah.
Correct? Okay.
Exactly on the hour. Good job.
Well, you kind of warned me. I'm psychic, but I don't know. So how the oh my goodness, can't talk, tongue-tied. I'll just let you know about how you can book a reading with me. That was what I was trying to say. So you can book readings with me. They're 45 minutes long. You book on my website at RebeccaDragonheart.com. I also do have a Patreon account. So with that Patreon account, it's the second tier right now that has about 16 hours worth of content. Going to be 17 soon. So if you're on my website, there's a link to my Patreon if you'd like to join just the second tier, not any of the other tiers yet, because I'm still working on them, okay? And there are testimonials as well on the website. I do my lives very regularly, so I will be back again, okay, you guys? And thank you. so much for all the gifts. You guys have been absolutely generous and beautiful, and I love you all, and I will see you again very soon. All right? Bye.